We're out today for a drive in our fully restored XK140 drophead coupe, affectionately known as Reggie. This is a 1955 car that we followed the full restoration of on our website some 10 years ago when we did the work. If you want to really get into the nitty-gritty detail of the restoration and what went into it, please do visit our website and read that article. I'll put the link down below. But stick with us for now, and we're going to talk about the restoration. We're going to talk about the upgrades and what make this car tick. We're going to talk about some of the brilliant trips we've been on in this car, and we're going to talk about why XKs remain so popular, practical, usable. And thanks for coming along with me for the ride. Let's get into it. So as I say, this is a 1955 Jaguar XK140 drophead coupe. For those who aren't into the tangled world of XKs, there were three body styles for the XK140. The OTS, or open two-seater, which had a unpadded hood that folded behind the seats. The drophead coupe like this, which has a padded hood, winding windows, walnut dashboard, a bit more refined than the OTS. And then there was the fixed head coupe, which obviously had a hard top. This car is an original UK right-hand drive car, which makes it fairly rare. The majority of XKs were exported, so built left-hand drive. And it's finished in its original colour scheme of suede green with a French grey hood, which is a fairly rare and unusual colour scheme on these. As far as I know, I think there were only two finished in this colour scheme, but if you know different, please do drop me something in the comments. So this car came into us over 10 years ago now as a complete restoration project. These kind of projects are my favourite when they are, you know, rusty, need a lot of work, but they are complete, have all their parts, and this car was just that. And we were able to meticulously dismantle the car, catalogue the parts and refurbish them, which was brilliant. And we found some lovely things like the body number still written on the back of the dashwood. There was still original paint hidden under the headlight bowls, that sort of thing. There were some weird things about this car. We found a lovely period photo of it from, I guess, the 50s or 60s, wearing number 45 and competing in some sort of motorsport event. Never managed to find any more information about that. If you know anything about that, if you look at this photo and think, oh, I know where that is, please do get in touch, because we'd love to know. Sadly, we have very little history of the car before it came to us. So as I say, it was meticulously stripped down to a bare chassis. The chassis was repaired as required and needed quite a lot of repairs, really. The body was not in a good way, and so the bulkhead and tops of the wings remained, bonnet, boot lid, tops of the doors, but pretty much everything else was renewed. Fortunately, it had its original engine, which is lovely, so that was rebuilt, and it is now rebuilt to a fast road specification, including fast roads cams, balanced internals, 2-inch carburettors, and it is an absolute delight. Our focus is on delivering usable performance for these kinds of road cars. So this car has a very torquey engine. The power is available from low down. You don't really want to have to rev an XK engine, not for road use at any rate. And so that is what we've delivered in this car, and it's very nice and usable. As I come around this corner, I can pull away and it's all quite eager to pick up. And what a great noise. During the restoration, this car was extensively upgraded. It's used as somewhat of a test bed and demonstrator for the modifications that we can provide. As such, it has almost everything we do in it. So I'm driving along here with a lovely 5-speed gearbox, which gives effortless shifting, and if you're on a long journey, which this car has done many times, allows you to cruise at 70 very easily. It also comes into its own when you get into traffic. Having a synchro mesh on first is lovely, and just being able to shift smoothly between first and second makes the car much easier to live with. Beyond that, we've got disc brakes on the front. We only fit disc brakes to the front on our XKs unless someone really has a strong desire and reason to have rear disc brakes. That's because they don't really need the extra stopping power of discs on the rear unless it's a motorsport application. And the compromise on the handbrake, for anyone who knows what the disc brake handbrake is like on an XK150 or a Mark II or even an E-Type, you'll know that those handbrakes aren't terribly good, whereas on a 120, 140 with the drum brakes on the rear, the handbrakes are great. So that setup works really well for us with a servo. We have just recently been testing a new tandem master cylinder, which I'm pleased to say has been fantastic. I had to do an emergency stop for some ducks crossing the road as I drove through my village the other day, and it was bang on. Yeah, so the pedal feels lovely, it's really responsive, it's very progressive and easy to control, especially in those emergency stop situations. It's really nice, and being a tandem master cylinder, it means that if you were ever to have, say, a rear brake failure, you'll still have your front brakes, so it's an extra safety feature as well. This upgrade will be available shortly for 120s, 140s and 150s. We've been having trouble with the original master cylinders for those, or I say the original ones, we've been having trouble with the reproduction ones, just a quality issue, and at some point you have to look at other options. So this works very well. Please do get in touch if you're interested in that. Suspension wise, this car has polyurethane bushes throughout. They improve the handling quite significantly without noticeably compromising the ride. I'm driving down some pretty uneven country roads at the moment. There's quite a few potholes to dodge and that sort of thing, and this car just rides superbly. And that's not just for a car from 1955. It rides well by any standards. That is partially due to the adjustable telescopic shock absorbers we have fitted, which in combination with those polyurethane bushes and a bigger front anti-roll bar really allow us to dial in how these things drive, and they are a pleasure. It's an incredible combination of a car that handles this well and is also very, very comfortable. What a thing Jaguar achieved here, and with a few tweaks and a little bit of modern technology, we can make them even better. Now, a big thing when it comes to driving a classic car is reliability. So we've worked really hard on fitting upgrades that make these cars as reliable and usable as possible. So this car has an aluminium radiator, an expansion tank and an electric cooling fan to help keep it cool if you hit traffic. XKs don't have a fundamental issue with cooling. They're not kind of, you know, there are some classics that always overheated. The problem that XKs face is that when they were designed, no one anticipated a world, or I imagine few people anticipated a world, where you drive along on a motorway at 70 miles an hour for mile after mile, get your car nice and hot, and then you'd suddenly hit Guildford and crawl along at 5 miles an hour, and that's when they get hot and they suffer and they struggle. So having that electric cooling fan just allows it to kick in and bring that temperature down when you hit those challenging moments of your day when you get into traffic. So that package of cooling upgrades really makes a big difference to an XK. Beyond that, we have an alternator fitted to this car. We now generally fit dynators which look like a dynamo but have a small alternator inside, and they're great and they look the part. This, being a slightly older restoration, has one of our older alternators fitted, which is great. They're reliable, they do the job really nicely, they just don't look quite as nice under the bonnet. But that, particularly in combination with the electric cooling fan, works really well. Keeps your battery charged up even when you're using all your lights, wipers on, fans going. It just does the job. We also fit more modern fuel pumps. This does away with the old points in the SU fuel pump, so no more having to kind of get under the car and bash it back into life after it's been on storage, or cleaning up points or regapping your points. They just work. And then this car also has electronic ignition, so again, no need to worry about points. It's just a fit and forget system, and we find those are really reliable, and they should, in theory, improve performance. In terms of comfort, this car has electronic power steering, which you can switch on and off. So at the moment I'm doing some B-road driving and I have it switched off. You know, once you're rolling in one of these, you don't really need the power steering on. But once you get to your pub car park or your destination and you want to look a bit stylish, you flick it on and it just makes parking effortless. It's a lovely upgrade. We also have a hidden stereo with 4 speakers in here. These nice colour-matched inertia seat belts with chrome buckles, and not necessary on a day like today, but we have converted the vacuum washers to an E-type electric washer bottle and converted the original button over to electric, and this has our upgraded wiper system. So this is still a 2-speed system, but it's more powerful than the original, more reliable than the original, and it does away with that little park sweep you get on 140s and 150s that you kind of lose a quarter of your sweep to. It sounds like a silly thing, the wiper upgrade, but it really does make a big difference if you're planning on really using these cars. And that brings me on to the biggest point I want to make here. Our focus is on drivable, reliable, usable, practical, enjoyable cars. We can build you a concourse car if that's what you're into, but our motto is built to be driven, and that's exactly what this car is. And it's been on so many brilliant trips over the last 10 years, and we've covered a lot of miles in it. You know, this isn't a showpiece, although we will take it to shows and show people, but we don't mind that it has a few stone chips on the front. That's going to happen. That's part of a car's life. What we're focused on is enjoyment, enjoying your cars, and that's the key of what all these upgrades do. And although I've just talked you through all these upgrades on their own, I think you really need to consider them as a suite or a package of upgrades that we've researched and developed over many years. And it's not just a case of being able to stick a 5-speed gearbox or disc brakes or, you know, some different suspension bushes into a 140. You can find plenty of people that can do that. It's about knowing how to set them up. It's about the way that we have dedicated years and years to the XK and classic Jaguar world. We know how these cars should drive. We know how to set up the suspension. We know how to set up the brakes. You know, we develop things like this wiper upgrade to make your life better. And this is a package of upgrades that work well together to create the ultimate driving experience that an XK can give you. They don't compromise the car's original character. This still feels like an XK to drive. It's not so far away from the original that there's nothing left that feels like an XK. It's just XK Plus. And you can jump into this car and know it's going to start. I think that's part of the reason that this car has been named Reggie. It feels like an old friend. You feel like it's going to get you where you're going. And we've done some great trips in it. So last year, the car went to Saint Moritz. I think it drove across France over the course of 2 days. So it was quite high mileage. And it was in the summer. Temperatures were over 35 degrees. And the car just performed. It just did what it needed to do and got them there through probably not some terribly lovely driving along the French motorways, but then got them to Saint Moritz, where obviously they had some fabulous driving, mountain roads, and attended an event, and yeah, you know, took them on this wonderful journey. I've done the XK Club round Britain coastal drive, and then I've just shared many fun trips to local shows and not so local shows around the UK with my family, my kids, and it's just lovely to be able to get out and use these cars and know that they should, all being well, get you to your destination and get you back again. That's not to say that we never have any issues. I've had one actual pull up on the side of the road breakdown in this car in the course of its lifetime, which fortunately was able to be resolved. And when I was on the XK Club tour, I did spring a bit of an oil leak from one of the cam cover gaskets, which I had to do a temporary repair on. But that is the nature of classic cars. It doesn't always go perfectly. And so, as I say, that package of upgrades and that thought through connected process is what I believe makes what we do special. We can provide something above and beyond when you have one of our classic Jaguars. They are a thought through curated package built for your enjoyment. The other thing that makes the whole XK range so consistently popular, I believe, is the performance. Listen to that noise. This is a car that will keep up with modern traffic, no problem. It will cruise on the motorway at 70 miles an hour or more without issue. It will do a track day if you want it to do a track day. It will look beautiful at your local classic car show. It is comfortable and refined. You know, if it rains, you put the hood up and it will keep you dry. It just ticks all the boxes. I couldn't ask for more from a car, really. So if you want a car that you can do tours in, it's that car. If you want a car that you can enjoy on track, it's that car. If you want a car to go to local shows, go to the pub, go to the supermarket in, it's that car. It is a comfortable place to be. You don't get out with a bad back. The wipers work, the washers work, you can fit seat belts, you can listen to your music as you're driving along. It does it all. And that is the beauty of an XK, and why I think they are the best car of the 1950s. Thank you for joining me on this lovely drive through the countryside. I hope you found it illuminating. I will be doing deep dives on some of the other models and also focusing in on some of our upgrades in more detail. If there's anything you'd particularly like to see, please do drop me a comment because it helps inform what I do next. If you get a moment, please do like, follow and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.